Hello everyone, Luke and Charmaine Leisure from Stronghold MMA and the Stronghold Podcast. And now we're going to break down the head kick that Rose Namajunas landed on Zhang Weili. And for me, this head kick was all about distance, timing, and feints. So both fighters are in the orthodox stance. Okay, so both fighters are right leg forward, and there's two things going on. One is the things that Rose is doing to set this kick up, and the other things that's going on is the things that Zhang Weili is doing that Rose sees, that tells that she sees to try to set the kick up. So one of the things that Zhang Weili kept doing is she kept turning the shoulder hard, like she's feinting the cross when I come in. But when she's doing it, she's kind of going like this and creating a little bit of separation here between her chin. Typically in boxing, they'll teach you to feint with the shoulders, right, like that. I turn my shoulder forward, but my hand positioning is solid. Even if I feint by extending the arm, it comes straight back. If you watch the tape, Zhang Weili's doing this every time. She's coming back here. And one thing that does is it telegraphs that she's trying to time this power shot, because she's really rolling back, and she's creating a window here where that foot is eventually going to slide in. Okay? Now the second thing that's happening from Rose's side is she's jabbing and she's feinting a lot. So they're circling, Rose is circling both ways, and every time she would jab, she's trying to get her to use the right hand to separate from the chin, to either parry or to block. So she's doing a lot of these kind of things. And she's throwing it to that side. She keeps throwing it to that side in order to keep that hand busy. Okay? And she's feinting a lot with turning her shoulders, with stepping in on both sides, and shuffling, and stepping in, and feinting. At the same time she's doing that, Zhang Weili keeps reaching back and separating her hand from her chin to try to time a power shot. Okay? So while that's all going on, the next thing I want to talk about is the feet positioning. Okay? If, again, I said in the last video with the Chris Weidman leg break, if our feet are square and I try to throw this high kick, even if her hand is out of position, it's still going to hit her glove because we're square. So even though, turn the camera. Even though Zhang Weili's rolling back and is creating a window here for the foot to slide in, if she stays right where she is and faces me, if we're square, my foot is still gonna get blocked off of that arm. Over, it doesn't matter how many times I throw it. Okay, so, however, if I'm slightly off center, if I step out when I switch here, when she's reaching back to throw that time, the gap is so small, but the foot can slide right in there and hit the chin, which is exactly what happened. So Zhang Weili's hand is still up. She's in this position. Her hand is still up next to her head, but there's a small window. There's a small window right here that the kick was able to slide into. And one last detail, when they throw the kicks, the head kicks, typically there's a few ways they do it. In MMA, it's much more common to take a big step. If Rose had taken a big step, because of the positioning of the hand, it would have still been blocked. If she had switched, like a Thai style switch kick to the head, she had just switched, she would have been too far away. What she did was just take a small stance, just barely breaking a neutral stance here. And she stepped out and broke the toe line with her rear leg. And it was beautiful, because as she's rolling up, that foot slides right in the gap. And she was able to hit that beautiful head kick. The angle was perfect, the distance was perfect. If she was even a little bit closer, the foot would have slapped off the glove. If she was too far away, it just would have whizzed right by her face. But she knew exactly how far to step in. She saw that window, and she had been keeping the hand busy with the feints. She stepped just enough off the center line and didn't take too big a step, and the foot slipped. Boom, right in the gap. So beautiful timing. Afterwards, she followed it up on the ground. Kicking and punching is all about finding good angles and downloading the reads, downloading the things that are happening to you. And a lot of great finishes today. And that one I think was the most interesting, because Rose's striking is so slick. She saw everything that Zhang Weili was giving her and then timed a beautiful head kick. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This is Luke and Charmaine Leisure from Stronghold MMA and the Stronghold Podcast. Thank you all for watching.